What the? Alright then, let's QWERTY some ass!
It's coming near.
Oh, hi guys. I was just having fun playing with my new Dreamcast. After all these years, the last Sega console is now mine. What makes this even more special is that the system, games, and accessories were all sent to me by a viewer. Cole, Risunshin on Twitter, and Isunshin999 on YouTube. So this review wouldn't be possible without his very generous donation. So a huge thank you to Cole. This sincerely means a lot to me, man. Anyway, I'm not here to talk about Sega bass fishing. No, today we take it to the crypt with...
The Typing of the Dead.
Now, when Cole asked me if I wanted the Dreamcast and told me what games he had, the one that I got most excited about was this. I loved the House of the Dead in the arcade, and I love to type, so I figured that the Typing of the Dead would be right up my alley. And it absolutely was. They might as well have put my name on the cover. Now, I know that this 2001 release is pushing the boundaries of retro, but in this day and age of 90s bands being played on classic rock stations, I figured that I can slip the Dreamcast into the retro category. Now, enough with this petty squabbling. Let's bring on the typing! I mean, the zombies. Yeah, that's it. The zombies. Typing of the Dead originated from the House of the Dead series, specifically the second entry. In fact, Typing of the Dead is House of the Dead 2, but with the interface switched from the light gun to a keyboard. The characters and plot elements in each are exactly the same. The story involves a zombie outbreak in Venice, Italy, which occurs a year after the events of the original House of the Dead. In other words, if you loved House of the Dead, you'll more than likely enjoy Typing of the Dead. That is, as long as you have fleet fingers. Call me weird, but I've always enjoyed typing. I took multiple classes in high school and had a blast learning the home row and doing drills. I guess you could say I've got my geek on for typing. Hell, I made a typing joke in the WWF LJN Defender episode. If only I could choke right now, you'd be Wayne Brady quicker than the brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. I guarantee no other retro game reviewer's done that before. With all of that said, non-keystroke prodigies can still have fun with Typing of the Dead. There's an extensive tutorial mode that goes through the basics of the home row and special keys in order to develop touch typing.
At last, the final test. Ready? Amazing! Fantastic! That's a spirit.
I would suggest that even professional typists complete this segment. It can get tedious, but it's downright funny in spots. And James sorta sounds like Stu Pickles from Rugrats.
This is what happens if you can't... I think you get the picture.
The tutorial gets the player ready for the action ahead, and it made me notice imperfections in my own technique. I guess I picked up a bad habit of favoring stronger digits for keys that should be pressed by the pinkies. Whatever, it works for me, and I had no problem diving into the default difficulty setting on original mode. On that topic, there are two main play modes, original and arcade. Arcade is self-explanatory. It offers the same basic experience as the cabinet, with the exception of having a preset limited number of credits. There are 6 chapters, with story elements popping up before, after, and frequently during the stages. If you're familiar with the House of the Dead games, you know what to expect in terms of voice acting. Wooden and unnatural. But in the best way possible!
Guess who's behind it? It was Goldman. He's the head one of the most eminent financial group and an expert on the genome theory.
The line deliveries are, well, obviously no line deliveries were instructed, but I love it the way it is. I can't imagine these cutscenes being performed by legit Hollywood actors.
Counting on you, Jane.
Amy, Harry, are you all right?
I'm alright. But, Harry...
No! James!
The charm would be deader than the level-littered zombie hordes.
Goldman.
To progress through each level and obtain these nuggets of cheesy goodness, the player has to eliminate said zombie horde. This is accomplished by successfully entering words, phrases, or sentences within the time limit. The time taken will determine the ranking of each kill, from A to E. The early chapters start with very basic letter combinations and phrases, before evolving to full sentences by chapter 4. Timing is essential, and the quicker that a phrase can be entered, the better. Fortunately, the designers decided to help out Hunt and Peckers by not enforcing the use of the spacebar or the shift key for new sentences. At the end of each chapter is the customary boss, and the battles in Typing of the Dead are downright ingenious. Right from the start with the pesky winged Zeal, these menaces will really test one's typing dexterity. Like the zombies, typing phrases and sentences is the standard way to take them out. However, the big bads shake up the status quo by adding in elements like synchronized chest cavity attacks, rapid-fire sentence strings, and my favorite, the three-headed tower fight. This involves a series of questions associated with an answer for each head. Choosing the right answer will attack the correct head without a penalty. However, type the wrong answer, even within the time limit, and one of the heads will take a chunk out of our hero. The final chapters require some serious typing proficiency. The enemies are much more relentless, with long sentences being the norm. The final bosses of the last chapters, Magician and Emperor, have similar offensive maneuvers. They shoot out a bunch of energy blasts, each with its own word, which all have to be eliminated before their master can be harmed. The Emperor conflict includes more questions like the tower battle, only this time they determine which ending is received. With sharp wits and a high WPM rate, these formidable foes are vanquished for good.
I am.
The endings? Well, there's not much to them really. The only thing that changes is Goldman's fate, which ties in with the moral nature of the answers from the boss fight.
Will come. Farewell, friends. Will come. Farewell, friends. Farewell, friends.
The typing doesn't end with the defeat of Goldman, however, as the staff roll functions similarly to the text within the stages, and how well they're completed will result in little bonuses. Jumping now to the original mode, it's really not that much different from the arcade mode. Again, there are 6 chapters, the same story elements, and boss fights. The biggest difference is that additional weapons are collected, which are used by the F1 to F4 keys. The only other addition is the use of a coin system, which amasses depending on the rate of the performance at the end of a level, and as with the staff crawl, bonuses are unlocked. These perks include upgrading the life points to 5, that continues to 9, and making the last stage available from the start. The other supplemental modes are Drill, which is designed to improve accuracy and speed, and Boss, which allows all of the end-level foes to be revisited without completing the whole stage. Oh, and another nice little touch that I love is that Control-Alt-Delete is used to return to the main menu.
The typing of the dead.
Brilliant! Just like the game itself. Typing of the Dead is just amazing. But even that's not enough to describe how much I'm in love with it. It's not flawless, and it can get frustrating near the end, but like with Back to the Future, I never stopped having fun. As this was given to me, I don't know what the going rate for it is, but whatever it is, it's worth every penny. And again, I can't thank you enough, Cole. If you're a fan of zombies, typing, and cheesy voice acting, this is the perfect game for you. If you own a Dreamcast and you haven't played Typing of the Dead, you should totally get on that as soon as possible. Now, you'll excuse me, I've got to go check on G. G? G, no! Ah! Well, folks, it looks like I got my work cut out for me. As always, you can follow me on social media. Twitter at Cygnus Destroyer. Facebook.com/Cygnus Destroyer. See you at LJN Defender in June. That is if I make it out of here in one piece. Oh man, I don't think I can make it. I'm out of my league. I don't know. No!